Hey there, winos. This is Vince.Wine. Thanks for joining me tonight for part 2 of the top 10 wine myths. If you haven't seen part 1, stop right now. Go check it out because I covered the first 5 wine myths in that video. Then click right back here for the conclusion. Okay, here is another really fun one. If you check out my glass, and it's super dark tonight, sorry about that, but usually I talk a lot about these tiers, these legs that come down and stream down on your glass, right? I love listening to new wine drinkers talk. They all sound like this.
Oh yeah, those are some pretty nice legs there, huh? See that? See the legs on there?
Yeah, they don't mean anything. So myth number 6 is that the more intense those legs, the higher quality your wine. Sorry, that's just not the case. Those legs, those tiers that come down are a result of either A, high alcohol content, or B, high residual sugar. That's why something like a port style wine has this really thick, syrupy legs, right? Because it's got both high alcohol and high residual sugar. So all that's really telling you is the viscosity of your wine, how thick it's gonna be on your palate. It is not a quality marker in any way, shape, or form. So myth number 6, busted. Myth number 7 is kind of an important one. I want to take this one a little bit seriously here as I laugh and smile. And the reason is because number 7 is smelling the cork. Here's the thing. In a restaurant, a lot of times they're going to hand you the cork. And for the most part, some people just look at it or you might smell it. And the myth is that smelling the cork will tell you if there's a flaw in the wine. Okay, now experts at large may want to tell you that that's a myth. They want to tell you that no, you know, you really want to smell and taste the wine to check it. And certainly I agree with that, but I'll tell you something. I smell the cork every single time I open a wine bottle. That is so important because for especially one reason in particular, and that is something we talked about a little earlier, TCA. TCA, or cork taint, or you might hear people talk about, oh, that wine is corked. That's from TCA. That's that mold and fungus. And I am particularly sensitive to that. And it's not because my palate or nose is so amazing or anything. You can be too the more you find it on a wine. I hope you never find it on a wine, but it does show up, unfortunately. And it is something that just steals the fruit from your wine. That's how you can tell there's no fruit. Now the vanilla oak might still be there. The beautiful texture might still be there. So you might think the wine is drinkable. But what it replaces that fruit with is sort of a wet socks, old drawer, wet newspaper, or wet cardboard kind of thing. It's so gross and it kind of makes me gag a little. I'm really sensitive to it. So certainly smelling the cork alone won't tell you 100% if there's a problem, but it is a great first step to making sure that your wine isn't corked. And I recommend you do it every single time. So myth number 7, I'm gonna give that one a pass. I'd say that's true. Smell your corks, winos. Okay, myth number 8. This is another super important one, and the myth is this: wine with tannins or wine with sulfites gives you a headache. Now I hear this all the time. Oh, I can't do red wine, it gives me a headache. You know, it's the sulfites, oh, it's the tannins. That's probably not the case. I'm gonna freak you guys out. In the new world, you are allowed 3,000 chemicals in winemaking. 3,000 chemicals. That is atrocious. There are 3,000 chemicals allowed in winemaking legally. And I guarantee you, it is not the sulfites and it is not the tannins and it is not any other process in the winemaking. It is usually a low quality wine that's trying to cover some bases by adding color or adding acidity or adding all these shortcut chemicals in there so that they can make their wine appear better than what it really is. It is those 3,000 chemicals that you are reacting to. That is what is giving you a headache. Other than the alcohol, of course. Might be the alcohol. If you had a whole bottle and you have a headache, it's probably alcohol. But typically it's gonna be those other chemicals that are messing with you. So don't be too scared of tannin. I would try to find wines that are unfiltered. I would try to find wines that really push organic, biodynamic, terroir-driven wines. That's gonna be super important if you wanna avoid that problem. So myth number 8, busted. All right, winos, we're coming close to the end here. Myth number 9, you have to decant wine before you open it, or more importantly, you have to decant all wines, or you have to let them breathe or pop the cork before you can enjoy it. Now, granted, decanting is a great thing to do for these really tight wines, especially wines that have been in bottle for a really long time. It's great to let them open up for an hour, let them interact with oxygen so that they can open up again. They've been in that bottle real tight, right? But to be honest, it's not actually true. You don't need to decant every wine, especially white wines. White wines, man, they pop open with florals. If you're not getting all those gorgeous aromatics immediately from your white wine, they're probably not coming. But some younger red wines are going to show you a lot of intensity immediately, and wines should be made to show you their intensity. I find that a quality issue. If I'm not getting immediate intensity from my wine, there's something kind of going on there. Now, there are some wines, again, that are made that way. They're really tight, and decanting them is certainly going to help. So I would play that one by ear or by bottle. And as you pour that wine, if you're not getting a lot out of it, try decanting or aerating it and see if it opens up a little bit. Come back to it the next day too, see if it changed a little bit. But for the most part, if it's giving you that intensity, just enjoy it as is. And one cool thing that happens, and one reason why I don't like to decant wine, is because it gets better with every sip. As you drink it, it opens up. So every glass and really every sip is opening up a little more and more intense and flavorful. The more you drink it, the better it gets, and I love that. So you have to decant every wine? Sorry, that myth busted. All right, winos, it's getting late tonight, so we're gonna wrap it up here with myth number 10. And this one is really true to my heart, and that is that wine lovers, sommeliers, and wine experts are snobs. You know, I'm really sorry on behalf of all sommeliers if you've run into a really snobby wine lover. But you know, just because you love wine doesn't really make you a snob. And in fact, that's even important for sommeliers. In the Court of Master Sommeliers, our mission is to connect you winos with wine. Our whole passion is to help you find something that you're just gonna fall in love with. It doesn't matter to us if Pinot Noir is the best pairing with salmon. If you don't drink red wine, we're not gonna recommend it to you. We're gonna recommend you a nice, gorgeous Chardonnay or Sauvignon Blanc or something else that goes well with it. And if you love wine and you wanna learn more about it, that doesn't make you snobby. It's just like art. If you wanna appreciate art, you're gonna take some classes, you're gonna buy some books, you're gonna take an online course, you're gonna learn about it because that's your passion. So I encourage you winos, get out there, learn what you can, because the more you know about it, the more your world can expand and you can enjoy it a little bit more. So myth number 10, all wine lovers are snobs. Oh, that's totally busted. All right, winos, well, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen here today. I hope I've busted some myths for you. I hope I've blown your mind on a couple of these things that maybe you believe. Let me know in the comments, did I bust any myths that you believe? What are some other wine myths out there that you guys believe? Do you want me to cover some more? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed what you saw here, don't forget to leave a like, share this video with your wine friends, and until next time, winos, drink safe and drink well. Okay, no joke, this fire has been so hot, my knees are burning and I'm sweating on a cold night. I have to figure out how to do this differently next time.